Everybody, setting price levels today. We're gonna get some charting done. Got some culture shockers in here. Wanna chart up AMD, Tesla. So we'll start with those two. So AMD. Let's look at AMD really quick. Let's put in another level here on the daily. So you said you got a price level at 149, G?
Yeah, bro, 149, 149.50. That's also what a 200-day moving average on a daily is meets up with it too.
Yeah, I see that level. I got a level right here. Can y'all see my chart? Oh shit, hold on. I think this is showing the wrong screen. Yeah, I don't think it's showing my right screen. Hold up, I gotta fix this. There we go.
It ain't gonna be. That's why I'm probably really trading this whole week. Got a shitload of chocolate that just came in, so I'm about to go be working it all week.
Yeah, I told people, I said this is a holiday week, so I don't plan on trading heavy this week with Juneteenth falling right in the middle of the week and the market's gonna be closed. So I ain't trying to trade too much this week. I'm looking for a long call entry on Nvidia this week, so we're gonna look for them to close below 130. Look for a long call entry there.
Yeah.
Alright, so I see a level right here with AMD on 153. They touched the top of that on May 14th, May 9th, the bottom of the candlestick May 8th.
Hold on, I'm back. You said 153. Hold on.
Yeah, 153.13 is support. AMD could catch support there on a daily. We're gonna make that a daily level. Remember, color coordinate your levels. I do my daily levels in yellow. Some of my strong buy-in areas I put in green. So like AMD, I see if AMD gets above 166, I consider that a nice little area to buy. And it has potential to break out of this 175 range that it's been in. But 153 on AMD, next level down below that. Looking for full bodies on these candlesticks at the top of the full body or the bottom of full bodies. This one only touches one. It does have a buy-in block here though. AMD forms a buy-in block at 150, 120. I won't put a level there though, because like I said, I only see one body that touches the top of right there on that level. Maybe on a smaller time frame it's a little clearer at that level, but not a daily. It's not a daily level then. Possibly put one right here at the bottom of this candlestick, because it touches the bottom of this body, top of this body, and these wicks over here. So yeah, I'm gonna put a price level at 150. Expand this some more. Around 150.39 on Nvidia. I mean on AMD. Yeah. So when you get to that 150.39 level with that put, start looking out carefully, G, because you may start getting you may start catching heavy support right around there. If it doesn't catch support around there, it should dip down to the bottom of that range at 146.95. I had set that level from way back, way before this dip even happened. Now, boss, you on Tesla, right? You on Tesla calls?
Yeah. What was the next level? 146, you said?
For AMD coming down.
Yeah, the last one you were saying? Yeah, put down.
Yeah, I had 146.95 as a level. I probably have to go back to see where I set that level, because it's not off this most recent dip. That's off an older dip.
Yeah.
that's an old level. So that level been there for a while.
I'm gonna put it 146.80.
Yeah, my old levels. When I got levels set in from a while back that I know I put in, I don't touch them things. I let them be.
Yeah, cause I put it right up at the bottom of that candle on January, on that January
Okay.
16th.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's 46.80.
Yeah, I'm looking at if I look on the weekly, the 146.95. I see where it's set right back there for like December, where December peaked out, and then February
Yeah.
tried to peak out again, and February resisted, or the end. No, second week in January. I'm sorry. They tried to hit that level January 8th, and then after that, it gapped up crazy. You see that crazy jump it took all the way up to 172. Yeah, so that's what that 146. So it's probably gonna catch heavy support right there at 146. That it should not get any lower than that. If you want to look for a long position on AMD, that's probably the time you probably want to start. You can start adding some long contracts on them.
If you ever get that low.
If they ever get that low, right? I'll put an alert down there though. G looking for 149. He must think that thing coming down. So I'm putting an alert. If it get down there, I might look at long call, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure. What you say?
You think it's a crash about to happen then?
Maybe.
If Nvidia go down like that, that's a crash, bro.
I'm looking for 149. You say you looking for a call?
No, he said he's looking for 149 on AMD. So, I mean, if AMD go down like that, I mean, Nvidia and everything can still be pushing up. AMD doesn't necessarily have that much weight in the market like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I said if it gets down to 149, G, if it gets down to that 146 level, I'm going to look for long calls.
That's what I'm getting out of. I'm already up like 3% on my put.
Yeah.
Well, this man already went in, bro.
Oh, yeah. But I'm trying to find more long out calls and long out puts to enter, so we don't have to take as many weekly trades. And just
so you say you looking for calls on AMD?
If it gets down to 146.90 or 147, 148, I look for calls down there, because it has heavy support around that level. I don't see it dipping much further than 146. Yeah, it put in that heavy support at the beginning of this year. It's not dipping below. It's not going below that. Unless we're going into a bear market and the whole market is pulling back, then it maybe could potentially go down like that. But yeah, these are the levels right here on AMD. Give him down to the 146. So going down on AMD, you got 146.95, 150.32, 153.13, 159.28. So we're between that 153.13 and 159.28 level. AMATR, I got you, bro. I got you. Good morning. How you feeling? Or good afternoon. How you feeling? Well, it's still morning.
Good. How's everybody?
We good. Yeah, once AMD gets back above 159.28, I say I wouldn't really feel comfortable jumping in on AMD until it could show it could hold support above that 166 level.
I'll say 163.
If it gets back up to like 166, that'll be good entry right there.
Gang, what it do?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing. Hitting the road before it start pouring down.
That money, son.
I was telling you, put any companies you want to set price levels for, put it in the chat so I could pull the chart up for you. So with Tesla, I already got a lot of levels, but for you, let's do it. I'll clear my levels off. So for 186, what's the next level you got above here, boss?
186, man. That next level, what you call it? I got last level I got was 178.04.
For Tesla?
I'm trying to see. Yeah.
All right, so we got to build it on up. Pull up that weekly. Well, we got to go back in time.
Yeah.
It ain't been around here in a minute. We got to go back. Pull up the weekly on Tesla. Got all kind of lines on my Tesla chart.
I'm trying to tell you.
One thing like the Da Vinci Code over here, boy.
I only got 3 levels. I only drew like You know, like the little triangle to see if it was gonna go up or down. That's the last thing I drew after those lines you gave me.
Yeah, I got that. I got the range. That's what you call your range. So when you got the little triangle, that's your range. So that's good to set, especially when you see a price going something to new all-time highs or near all-time lows. You want to set that range
Mm-hmm.
cone up because the range cone gives you an idea of the parameter or the price it should be trading within. And if it's
Yeah.
at an all-time high, you've never been at those price levels, so you don't really have any support or resistance. So that range really helps you out when let you know when something's overextended, overbought, or oversold.
Mm-hmm.
But Tesla, okay. Let's go in. We in Tesla weekly. Let's go in on Tesla here. So on the weekly chart, after you said 178 was the last level you had, and you see how long that level held. You see how it held at that level for us too.
Right for a minute.
For at least a whole month, it stayed right below that level. Now it's breaking out. Now it's breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole time, it was consolidating. Look at the weekly MACD. It was coming up the whole time. So it was letting you know the breakout was coming.
Yeah.
It was coming. It was coming. The best time to buy would have caught that dip that we took last week. That shit took a dip down to 168 real quick. That would have been lovely.
Yeah. Now you seen that wick? That wick crazy.
That wick is crazy. But that was the Fed interest rate decision and all that stuff happening that week. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
But I had an ultimate support.
And you see the top of that wick is 191.
Right. That's what I think we're going back to.
Okay, I'll be right there waiting on it.
I have.
Some boy said I'm right there.
Real facts.
You're not gonna catch me slipping.
You gotta be in it to win it, man.
For real, never again. I keep saying I took these plays, I put them on the watch list. I wake up the next day, they go crazy, and I'm looking stupid.
Yep.
I'm tired of looking stupid.
Yeah, tired of knowing what's happening and not making it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
Like, I know exactly what's about to happen, but I'm not making the plays. It's just building up the confidence because that's really all this is about. When you have to swing something through a night or a few weeks, like especially when you're taking them dips during that period, it's like you start doubting your call. But like this whole time, we seen Tesla cross over to the upside on the weekly on May 24th, right? Right there, you probably would have ended up buying it. Where did it close that day? It closed at 168, right? It's getting ready to cross. So you could have caught it at 168 once you saw this getting ready to happen on the weekly, and just been holding through this whole time. Yeah, you would have had some chop. It would have dropped down to 167.50 on you, but at the end of the day, the momentum was still pushing to the upside. It never reversed momentum down. So you could have dollar cost averaged into your position during this whole consolidation period and been ready for this breakout right here. Because you never know when the breakout's coming. You can't time it. You can't call it. You know, you'll never know. You could just look at the chart and know that it's coming. You just don't know exactly when it's going to hit. But, yeah, for Tesla, after that 178 level that we had, the next level I'm up that you see up on the weekly. So, like I said, you want to look back in the past. We want to look for the top or the bottom of a body of a weekly and look across and see if it touches the bottom or the top of any other bodies. You want it on the weekly. I say you want it to at least touch one other bottom or top of a body, and then after that you could do wicks. Like after that, it's okay if it's just touching wicks, but you want to at least touch the top or bottom of two body candlesticks on the weekly. So looking to the left from May 24th before we went into consolidation, where would you see the next level up from 178?
Next level up, let's see. It say he has to touch how many bodies?
Let's say you want to at least touch the bottom and top of at least two bodies on the weekly. When you're trying weekly candlesticks, I like to touch two bodies.
Okay.
The very top or bottom, right. Not in the middle. You don't want to be right in the dead middle of a body. You want to be like at the top or the bottom of a body.
Okay. Let's see.
Now, if it touches two bodies and then everything else is wicks after that, that's cool. But as long as it touches two bodies.
Okay, what about 182.12?
All right. What week you looking at? What candlestick you touching that on?
Let me see. It touched two bodies. Let me see. On top of what you call it? Hold on. No, 181.50. Okay, on March 18, and also what you call it? April 24th.
March 18th on the weekly. It touched where? What price you said?
Yeah. March 18th.
Okay.
It was on top of that wick right there. Well, it's not really a wick, but top of that down candle. 181.20, you could say. And we go over.
You on the weekly or?
Yeah, weekly.
So I'm looking at the March 18th candle. My March 18th candle 2024 says opened at 170 and got to a high 178 and then touched 180 on March 18th on that week.
You sure? Because my candle touched it. 181.12. That's the top of that candle. And the bottom of that candle is 165. Well, the bottom of that wick is 165.66.
The bottom of mine is 165.90 and the high at 178.18 on my wick, on my candlestick I'm looking at for Monday 18th, March 24.
Yeah. It says the top of that one is 181.12.
Oh.
Right?
Let me see if you're looking at
it. And they go through that body of that last week candle, off that what March 11th, right?
March 18th. Monday. I'm trying to see if at all during that week did it touch 181. I don't see that on my chart, bro. It's not coming up to 181. It never. And even on the daily, I go down to the daily and I'm looking at each day. From the 18th on, I don't see none of the high of any of those days being in the 180s. The highest I got was 178.18 on the Thursday, the 21st. And then Friday it dipped. On the 22nd, it dipped back down to 166. Make sure you're not in 2023. The weekly take you far back quick, boy.
Nah, I'm on 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on 24. That was the. Yeah, that's where I was at.
What y'all looking at?
Look at your weekly Tesla candle, Tim, and look at the March 18th candlestick. Tell me what you see on yours, because I know my chart is not showing me his price level. The high. Let me know what the high of that week was and what the low of the week was on that weekly candlestick.
You said for what date?
March 18th. The week of March 18th for Tesla.
Hold on. Let me see.
March 18th.
The following week after that, March 25th, I see 185 high. You know what I mean? 184.25 it touched on a wick.
I'm on the weekly. That's crazy. 181. Because if I put the line on top of that candle, it gives me 181.
No, but highlight the candle. Put your thing over the candle and look at where it says the opening high and low price. What does it tell you on that?
Let me see. Put it directly at the top. Yeah, 181.
No, not on the candle. I'm talking about when you highlight the candle and it tells you the open price, the high, low, and close price of that day. Of that week, of that candlestick at the top left, and show you the open price. And say OHLC. So.
Yeah. On March 18th.
Yeah,
okay, it says 181.04. Lower is a 165.90. closed at 171.23.
That's so strange. Why did I charge different?
Yeah. Our chart's always different.
165.90 is the. Do you have
Both y'all on trading review?
Yeah.
Do you have extended hours trading on?
I did. Hold on, let me see if it's
That's
still
the only
back
thing
on.
I could think that could be different. That's strange.
I got March 13th to March 20th. I don't have
Let me check the settings. Oh,
On the weekly candlestick for Tesla, you don't see a March 18th candlestick?
No, I'm gonna have to go to the daily for that one.
March 8th. Your joint go what, from Sunday to Sunday, Tim? Is that what your weekly do?
From the 13th to let me see, what was that time gap?
I forgot how you turn on that overnight thing again. Extended price line.
The 13th. The 13th was a Thursday, though.
Monday.
Oh,
wait,
I'm looking at
damn.
I'm looking at June. Hold on. 13th of.
Yeah, man, I'm tripping. You said the 18th?
Yeah, March 18th to 22nd that week. That candlestick.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm all the way back in.
That's why I said the weekly take you back quick. Well, you gotta be careful. You look at the chart, make sure you're on the right March, because you be in 2023 real quick.
Yeah, because he probably was looking at March 13, 2023.
Oh, man. All right, March 18th. The top of, we talking about wicks or body?
This the range for the day, the range for the week on Tesla. What was the opening on that week, and what did it? The high, the low, and the close.
The low of that wick is 165.96, and the top of that wick is 178.24. But it closed at
123.
170.73.
What? Yo, that's how all our numbers different. What kind of tomfoolery is going on here, man? All right.
What's the top of y'all wick?
Because when I click on that candle, it says open at 181.04.
Yeah, that's crazy. It definitely did not open. So what Tesla? Hold on. Share your screen so I can see your chart. I gotta see this shit.
Y'all on UTC4, New York?
You got Tesla Inc., the NASDAQ one up? Because Tesla got a lot of different Teslas charts on here.
Yeah, I got NASDAQ one up.
On TradeView, what Tesla are you watching, boss? Is it Tesla from the NASDAQ on TradeView? They got Tesla, BMV. They got a lot of different little Tesla shits that you may be looking like Tesla, but maybe slightly off. They got Tesla paired with the US dollar. And they got Tesla Inc.
Nah, I think this is Tesla stock itself. Inc.
Let's say NASDAQ next to it.
Yeah, it says NASDAQ.
Okay.
With the flag on it.
Yeah,
American flag.
Yeah, American flag. All right.
That's the same one.
Making sure, because TradeView do that too sometimes. They'll give you the same ticker symbol with all these different. All right.
Yeah. Because the one next to it, March 25th, it opens at 176.04. The high was 184.25.
Look at my screen. I'm sharing my screen in the Discord right now. Look at this screen, bro. Look at my screen. Let me turn this.
I don't know, bro. This is crazy.
I mean,
and you want a week?
This
yeah,
is
that's lucky.
You see it, right?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why he's saying that.
how far off are your numbers?
Like a couple of dollars, bro. My high is 178. He's saying his high is 181. That's a big difference.
Yeah, my high 181.04. And my weekly candle don't even look like your candle. Why your candle green? My shit red.
because it closed higher than it closed the week before. The week before it closed at 163. Now the week after it closed at 170.83.
Hold on, the week before it closed 170.60. Yeah.
There's something weird going on here. I want to figure this out though, because I try. What kind of candles are you using?
The what you call it?
That's the only
The
chart type.
Hanachi candles.
Using it. That's why you're using different candlesticks than me, bruh. Okay, but still,
What candle you using?
the candles. The first one that says candles.
Regular candles? Oh shit.
Yeah, well, I'm using candles. What?
What you using, bro?
He was using Hakanashi candles, boy. I was like, yo, your prices are way different.
That okay.
That's going to change everything. Yeah, if you do Hakanashi candles or you do like the Renko candles, they're going to give you different price levels based on volume at certain prices. But
God damn.
yeah, you see the difference? It's weird though, because Hakanashi, I don't know what they trace it off of. I got to look exactly based on where they get their levels from, but it's not the same as regular candlesticks. They're trying to show you different levels of support or resistance. They're not showing you where the price actually went.
Right. Oh shit.
So yeah, make sure you're using the candles, boy. Get back to the candles. But the Hakanashi is good for giving you support and resistance where it's gonna kick in. So that's why sometimes you might be seeing a move before we see it, because the Hakanashi may be showing you something, like, and you be like, oh, I see this coming, or I see this move happening, and we're like, nah, I don't see that yet. It's because the Hakanashi candle show you something different.
Probably that's what that was. God damn.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man.
Let's go back to what it was again? March 14th?
The March 18th week. Yeah, the week of March 18th.
Okay, let's go to March 18th. March 18th, the high that candle is green.
Yeah.
Okay, the high was, oh shit, why are you saying 178 now?
Yeah, 178.18. There we go. All right, now we on the same page.
The low is 165.90, right?
All right, now we on the same page. Now you can set now our levels will look somewhat like a little more similar now, because you'll be setting it off of the. So now you see what I'm saying. That when you were saying that level, I was like, that's not the body. You see, there's nothing but wick up there. I said, where you see a body up there?
Oh damn.
Okay, so
that shit fucked my whole life up. I don't even know where to start now.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured it out, though. I'm glad we figured it out.
God damn. Alright, so it has to do what now?
So now, like I said, now you want to touch the top or the bottom of a body of a candlestick, of at least two different candlesticks on the weekly. When you're setting the level, we want to touch the top or the bottom of the body of two different candlesticks. And then after that, if it goes through some wicks, that's okay.
Okay.
So we had the last level was 178, around 178.69. So we're looking for the next level up above that, going back. So we got to go back and see where we see after 178, where we touch the bottom or the top of a candlestick on the weekly.
I had what, 178.05. That was the last one I had.
Yeah.
So the next one from here, I'm trying to see now. Okay, top and body. Oh shit. Moving shit.
Yeah, you probably gonna have to look back, going back to at least the beginning of the year, January 2024. You'll see. Make sure you can see that far back, and you'll be able to see where it touches the top and the bottom of multiple candlesticks.
Trying to adjust my shit now.
So
I see top and body. Let me see. I would say, damn, that's too far up.
Listen, if that's where it touches, that's the next touch. That's the next touch. Especially if it's a weekly chart. If it's the next touch, that's the next touch. I don't care how far the gap is.
Two tops and two bodies. Two bottoms.
Now, it don't have to be two tops, two bottoms. It just has to touch the top of a candlestick, a body, and the bottom of a body, or at least touch a top. It could be two tops. It could be top of two bodies or the bottom of two bodies, long as it's touching the body of a candlestick, the very top or the bottom of a body. And you want to have two of those happen before you consider that weekly level to be a level.
Yeah, I got 193.36.
193.
Because it's on top of that February 5th.
Okay, that's right there. I see what you're talking. So now it touches the top of that. Now, what bottom do you see it go through? What other candlestick do you see it touching the very bottom of the body?
Bottom, I would say. Hold on, let me draw my line first. Okay. If I say one, oh shit, I moved it. Okay. Put it on the top.
So here's what I would suggest. I would suggest that. Go ahead.
Yeah, because if you look, it is at the bottom of that March 27th candle, and on top of that, May 22nd, and also at the top of February 5th. And it go through the body of that red candle on March 4th.
All right, so the top of the candle I'm looking at from February 5th, that 193, around that 193 area, 193.50. This is the price you're looking at? All right.
Yeah, that's the price right there.
All right, so we're going to go straight across. So when you put the level in, click the line in, put your level in on that. Now, looking across that line to the right side, are you looking to the left when you was doing those levels, or to the right?
To the left.
Okay, so to the left. Okay, so you looking back here. All right, I see you got, what is it, the February?
Yes, let me see, what's the February?
Fifth,
yeah, the bottom
right
of that.
here. Yep,
March,
right here.
March 27th, bottom of that March 27th.
Okay.
And you got bottom of that February 13th.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that right there. So you could put that level in. That'll be one of the weeklies that go back, and that could be a weekly resistance level that we gotta get above. Now there was one more below that I had that was made, and you could see it a little more recently. I had a level down. I want you to look at around 183.90, almost 184, and look at it from the May 6th. 2024 candlestick going back.
Let me see, May 6th.
Yeah, May 6th, 2024, and put a line right on the top of that candlestick on the body, and then watch and look at it going back and see what it goes through.
You say go through the body?
No. Put it on the top of the candlestick. Yeah, put it right on the top, not on the wick, but right on the top of the body, right around 184. Should be like 184.30.
Okay, let's see. Because I got one right there that's 185.75, but it might be wrong. That shit probably got moved.
Yeah, that could have been the Hakanaishi level, boy.
Yeah. You said 183.30?
Yeah, well, no, I said like around 183. Let me see what this level. I got my level. It's exactly at 183.94. I've got it almost set like 183.94. I could pull it down a little bit, like 183.87. Right on top of that candlestick right there. Now, when it goes across, you'll see it going through or near the bottom of the body on February 5th.
Yeah, I see it.
And
February
then
5th.
it touches the wick on January 29th, and it goes through the little bottom of the body part on January 22nd. So that's a little more recent level. And when you go back, you see it goes through the middle of a lot of the bodies that we were in before. So that's why I said that's more of a recent level that must have formed.
Yeah.
Of support that is catching. Because it doesn't go through the top or bottom of any real candlesticks far in the past. It goes just right through the middle of the bodies. So that means this is
March of last year, bottom of March of last year, and February of last year.
Yeah, I see that right over there. So that's
Okay,
another level
good.
right there on the weekly. And then, so we got that, the 183, then we got your 191. And then we're going to check out, your what is that, 191, right? Yeah.
191?
193.
Yeah, 193.80.
Yeah, right around that level. I'll put a level right there. Let's make that orange. Make sure to color coordinate your levels too. Make sure your weekly levels a certain color, daily levels a certain color, so you could recognize the strength that they hold. Alright, so then we could do one more level above there on the weekly. The next level above that level, what would you see?
Let's see. Above that level, let me see.
I'm not gonna lie, I just see one I like right now. I'm gonna add that one in there.
Above like 2 or 3?
Nah,
2 or 330?
I see one around like 195.97. Around 195.90, I see a level on Tesla. If you look at the top of the candlestick, the February 20, 2024 candlestick, the weekly, the top of that body, and look over to the left, you'll see that it touches the bottom of the November 22nd candlestick, November 7th, 2022 candlestick. And then it touches a lot of high wicks. A lot of resistance was created off of that.
November
22nd, November 7th, 2022.
November 2nd?
And Broadcom still pushing.
Yeah, Broadcom's going crazy. November 7th, 2022. That weekly candlestick. The bottom of that weekly candlestick. It touches that. You found it?
Nah. 2022?
Yeah. November 7th, 2022. Like the first week of November in 2022.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, so the bottom of that weekly, the bottom of that weekly, when it had its breakdown, it caught support at that level right before it gapped down. So that support level caught support that was around like 195, 196, 195.97 I got. And then it gapped down after that. It gapped down to the 193 level, or 192.85 level. Close to that 193 level you got set.
Yeah.
But if you look all the way across, if you look at that line going all the way across, it touches the bottom of that weekly candlestick on November 7th. And then 2 wicks hit it right afterwards. It tried to break it back above it and it couldn't. So then it held below that price for a good amount of time. When it came back up to 195 on January 23rd, 2023, when it tried to retest 195, again it rejected. And then the following week it broke above 195. And once it broke above, it held above there for a little bit. But once it broke back down below 195 on March 6th, 2023, it took a big dip. You see that candlestick? That was a big red candlestick.
Yeah.
That shit looks crazy. That thing went down like $30 that day. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That's when Tesla started going all super volatile.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a level right there we could set going back. And then after that, it took off. When it came back above that level, when it broke back above, that's when it took off to the 300s after that. So we could be in a similar situation right now. When next time we get back above that 193, 195 area, that's when we should be taking off again to the high 200s.
What about 197.70?
All right, what candlestick you doing that off of?
What you call it? The February 27th, 2023. You see how it dipped after that?
Yeah, hold on.
That
February 27th. Let me go. Yeah, I see right here. That dip, that big dip it took right there.
Mm-hmm.
You looking at that 197 where it was trying to hold support before it broke it down?
Yeah, 197.70.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm looking at it. It touches the bottom of that weekly. Let me see if it touches the top or the bottom of any of the candlesticks. Because I do have a level there at 197.67 as like a red level, like make or break moment. So
I'll make that a level too. All right.
let me see.
Say GameStop has an annual meeting at 12:30.
Who does?
GameStop?
GameStop. They're gonna introduce Ron Kitty as a board member today. Watch. Stock gonna go crazy. GameStop gonna go crazy today. Watch.
I might need to short it.
You're really not trying to make this nigga a billionaire.
I think it's already down for the day. Yeah, it is.
The next major level after 197, if you go back, bro, if you go back to October 3rd, 2022, the bottom of that candlestick, if you look at that, once we dipped below there in October, we really were not able to, we really held below there for a good amount of time before it popped back up and took that dip back below.
204.80?
Yeah, right there. That is going to be crucial. When we get that level, that is the level where you know when Tesla gets back above there, oh yeah, Tesla back.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to get ahead.
If we get there, Tesla back, boy. Right there at 205. That's almost like perfect 205.
Yeah, that's right at the bottom, boy.
Yeah,
Jeez.
right there. As soon as we break above that and we get out that little selling block that's over here, yeah.
On the right hand side, yeah, there's two of them. You see them shit, big blocks.
Big blocks. Okay, so I'm gonna make that I turn that into my green levels. Like I color those green because those are opportunities I want to be reminded that you should really be buying here. Like you should really be buying right here because a breakout is occurring. This is an important level to buy.
Ain't no coming back from over here.
Yeah, like you may not catch this again. So that's gonna be a crucial level. So we'll watch out for that. And then after 205, the next big level I had was 219. So that lets you know how fast it will jump once we get above 205, how big those gap ups it could be. 219.50, right around 219.50. You'll see the candlesticks. Look at the candlesticks from October 2023, October 30th, 2023, and the January 8th, 2024 candlestick. It touches the top and the bottom of that candlestick around that 219.50 level.
219.50. Let's see.
Coinbase above 240. Not a bad look for calls. I don't know. I'm just watching price action still.
So, Brian, you ready for applied materials over there? You ready to get these levels right?
Not while I'm driving, my boy. I thought you said Brown.
No, I did say Brian. I didn't say Brian. Brian ain't trying to set no levels. He ain't put no company in there.
I'm driving, fool. I'm just listening.
You said applied materials? Come on.
Yeah, applied material. AMAT.
You said it's 219.50?
Yeah,
220?
Yeah, they took off recently.
They might.
Yeah.
I think it's 220 or 220. Check on that 220.
220.
Yeah, 220.02. Because it goes, like, it passed through the bottom of,
So that way
at the top of that October 30th, 2023.
Yeah.
And goes to the bottom of what, August 21st of 2023.
Okay. Yeah, right in that range, that 219 to 220, right there, that 220.13. If you want to be exactly precise, probably 220.13 was right on the top of that.
Yeah.
That body. And from there, like you said, you get a touch through the bottom. I see it through the bottom. Not through the exact bottom of January 2024, but right near the bottom.
Yeah, but right there.
Yeah. And then it goes through the top wick of October, the week before. It has a top wick on it. And then if you look back near August 21st, it's like right near the bottom of that.
Right.
Right before it took that next bounce back up to 240.
Yeah,
that shit bounced all the way up to 240 after that. Sheesh.
All right. We need that.
We need that. I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Tim, how are you looking with
Sounds
the?
right.
Oh no, that wasn't you in the AMD puts. That was G. That was in AMD puts.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I haven't pulled the trigger on nothing yet. I'm still watching.
I ain't trading
I want to
shit.
go. I don't know, slightly leaning bearish, but we bull flagging right now, so it's risky.
I ain't trading nothing today.
Ooh, look at my test C, baby. We up 93%.
93? Okay, yeah, Tesla was still pushing. I was gonna jump in on that with you, but I was a little scared. Well, I'm not gonna lie, because it got to that 180. Where was it at when you taught it? I think it was around that 183. I think it just got above 183. I got a level at 187.77. Yeah. 191 could come pretty quick for Tesla.
Let's go. This contract is till Friday, man. I got 2. I get over 100%. I'm shedding 1, man.
If we get a pullback to 183, I might jump in that with you.
I'm gonna jump right back in.
Yeah, I might jump back in there with you if we get back to 183. I'm gonna have to watch that though. But yeah, I'm trying not to trade this week. I'm trying my hardest not to do any trade this week. I'm just gonna get holiday week. I just want to keep it on research, creating content, and getting ready for next week.
Okay, what's next week?
Just back to a normal regular week. That's not a holiday, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, like the
We're
markets. I
trying
think
to
the market's
know
gonna be
how to
closed on Wednesday for Juneteenth. You know, they showing us respect now.
oh wow.
You know, it's a national holiday now, so
Right.
that's why I think the market's gonna be a little choppy this week. Whenever you got a day off in the week, it always throw off the rhythm of the week.
Yeah, I noticed that a couple shit go sideways.
All right, so applied materials. Miss Brown, how far you want to go back? You want to go back to let me think. Let me see. It got the lowest. It retested that 60. We could do from October 2022. The October lows. I like doing from October lows because that's the most recent dip we had.
You on a weekly or?
Yeah, I'm on the weekly.
Damn, last time I traded them, boy, that was back in September last year for 148 call.
Applied material.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Imagine if you got a long call on them back then, boy.
Right. And they had yes. I think they went up about $1 or $2.
Yeah. All right. So what I want to do, I want to set a base level. I like to look at before we get to the most recent highs and lows. I like to look at the past high and low on the weekly and what stands out to me. So what stands out to me is this 167.21 level that you see on January 10th, 2022 on the weekly. You see how it double tops right there, right around 164.80. It double topped.
Okay.
Yeah, January 10th, 2022, and then January 18th, 2022. Those 2 weeks. It like double topped, and then it started this rejection, and it came down to the $60 level.
Yeah. You.
So we could set that as the beginning, and then we got the low that stands out to me. Right after that would be right around October 2022 when it hit the low. It got into a low of about, let me see.
Oh, you said what was that first one? 167.
164.80. So you're gonna look at the top of the body of the weekly candlesticks on January 10th, 2022, and January 18th, 2022. I put it more on the top of the candlestick of January 18th, so it'll be close to what you said, that 165 really, 165.40 is where I got that level.
right, I'm following.
All right, and now on the bottom, when I go off to the right, where I see where it took its next dip after that, I would say October 2022. You see that bottomed out. Now we could put a line down there. That could be like the ultimate bottom. So I would put that as a red line. Like that. That'll be like it should definitely not get lower than this ever. And if it does, you should be loading the boat, or the company is failing. But the next real support level I see above that, I say I want to start our leveling from that support you see on the top of those two candlesticks. The October 10th and October 17th, the top of those bodies, those formed a heavy support level. Heavy support. Yeah, it dipped below for a little bit, but it didn't hold down there for that long. So the real support is where the top of those candlesticks are. So what price level you see right there?
Okay, so I got 33.60.
Where?
Oh, you talking that? Very top. That is.
Yeah, the top of the October
81.90.
17th. Yep. Okay. Yep. Right around that area. 81.90. You said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You see how it goes through the top of that body on October 10th, and then that it touches the top of the body on October 17th, but it also touches the bottom of the body on October 3rd, the bottom of the body of September 26th. It touches the bottom of the wick on September 19th, and then you go back, it touches the bottom of the body on July 5th, 2022. So that shows you there's heavy support there. That it finds a lot of support in that area anytime it gets down to the 82. So remember to color coordinate your price levels, because we're doing weekly levels right now. So whatever color you want your weekly levels to be, make them that color so you remember. What color are you making your weekly levels? What's your color? What's your color?
Yeah, I got for my weekly, purple for my monthly.
Okay. All right. So now we got that base level, right? So we're going to work, I say let's work the chart, working our way up and to the right from that October level. We're still going to look back and see anything probably going back from June 2022 all the way up until present day. We're probably going to try to set some levels from those candlesticks. We don't want to go too far back. Right here, we just get these basic levels in. If you want to get some deeper levels, you go further back. But usually when a price breaks out above a certain level, like Applied Materials did, I don't think Applied Materials is going to get back down to $40, $30. So we could set those prices later. But right now, the next level up from 82.35, if you look, I'm going to give you a little hint. Look at the months of August. Look at August 2022. Look at those candlesticks and see where you could identify the level based off of those candlesticks from August 2022.
So I was looking.
You were looking at what?
Hold on. 97.55.
All right, what candlestick you doing that off of?
Actually, June 22nd.
Which one? You said June?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
June 27th?
13th.
Okay. All right, I like that. I see the top that you see exactly. Yep, that's right there on that level, 97.
97.55, yeah.
Yep, okay, I like that level right there. You're going to put a level right there, 97.55. Now that's good because it touches the top of 4 bodies actually, 5 bodies. So that's definitely a strong level right there. It touches the top of 5 weekly body candlesticks. So that means for 5 weeks it struggled around that level before it was able to get above it. Very good right there. And that actually, you don't even have to do the line from August, September, because that actually takes into account it's holding that same resistance over those. So that level's good for all that range. All right.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? How it came to August. If you had that level from back there in June, you would have known in August or September that it was going to have a hard time getting back above there once it dipped below. Or you would have known that that was support. So you would have known that you could hold on to or you would enter puts right after that level was broken. So right after 97.66, when it got below that, you would have known to get into puts. Because you was like, that's a heavy support that broke. And look what happened after that. Yeah, you would have had to hold it for 2 weeks, but then that third week, boom, that thing dropped all the way to 85.
Right.
And that's when you bank. So, all right. So you got that level. That goes all the way across. That actually covers you all the way up to pretty much December 2022. That level does. There might be a level beneath it. Another level, if you look at the bottom of the candlesticks of September 6, 2022 and August 29th, you see that bottom out, and then you see how it touches going back to like the bottom of the June 21st candlestick.
Okay, that.
So that's a little range right there.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, so that's a little range right there.
Yeah, it's talking about 3.
So that came up as like $90.79 to me, right around that price.
Okay.
All right, so that now we're covered back there. That covers that whole range for the weekly. Now we can move up to the right or to the left. We look at how it looks on both sides. The next level up, if you're going up, where's the next place you see it kind of consolidating or showing resistance or support?
I would say, well, starting at like 14, right?
What candlestick you looking at?
I'm looking at November 14th, 22.
Okay, yep, there you go. Perfect. Exactly where consolidation started. That's exactly where it started and got into a little range before breaking down and going right back down to that support level we just said.
I so did.
So,
okay.
All right, I like that level. So now what I would say is, look to the right and to the left. If it doesn't touch the bottom or top of at least 2 other candlesticks, I wouldn't consider it a strong level. But this is good because it touches, let me put the level in.
Yeah.
It touches the bottom of January 23rd, and it touches the bottom of April 17th, 2023. It touches the bottom of those 2 candlesticks going to the right. And also, yeah. So I like that level right there. Let me see. What was another one I was looking at? I was just looking at one right in this range. So what happens is these spaces and gaps in between, because when people see these levels, they be like, "Oh my God, there's so much prices, and there's so many prices in between. There's so much a dollar range."
Yeah.
What's going to happen is when you go down to the daily chart and the 4-hour chart, you're going to be able to identify those levels between the weekly levels more easily. But yeah, they'll stand out more easily because you'll see consolidation on the daily level, maybe somewhere in between on these weeklies, and that's where you'll set your daily levels. But those levels are not going to be as strong as your weekly levels of support and resistance. So those are the things that you always got to remember. That's why I tell people, like, if you have a big gap up between prices on the weekly because that's where the level showed, and that's where the level shows. Sometimes it just is a big gap on the weekly.
Yeah.
You know, as far as support and resistance.
Yeah.
But you'll get all those levels in between that gap. You can find those on the daily or the 4-hour or your 30-minute chart or your hourly chart. So let me see. The next level I had up, that put us at around like 109. I got a level around like 109.01 right there. It consolidated and found support there once it broke above as well. So that's a good level. All right, now let's keep going to the right and up. Where will be the next one at?
Let's see. What about is that February 21st, 23?
February 21st. Let me look at February 21st. Okay, you looking at the top of that candlestick?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, because it hits the top of there.
How was that?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good. You don't even need me, girl. Look, you got this. You a level
Hey,
master. You a sniper.
repetition. Gotta make sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah, you a level sniper. That was good. That's a good one right there. That's a really good one. Because you holding one, because you looking at it. Look, you got the bottom of this touching. You got the bottom of this candlestick touching. You got another resistance over here in April.
Yeah.
It resisted again in April, but then when it broke out, you see what happens when it broke above that level. You know.
Yeah, it took off.
But what happens is now, so you had this is the initial breakout. You probably could have identified it by the second level. It would have broke above that. It would have let you know we're really breaking out. Will probably be this level off the top of March 20th, 2023. You see that level at the top of that candlestick of March 20th, 2023. And how it kind of triple tops right there. Once we got above that level, that's when it was really clear that we was about to break out. But you could have used 113 as the first sign and indicator, like, okay, we're breaking out the range. It's holding above 113 again. Oh, shit, we broke above 121. Let me really go heavy in my position now because I see us breaking out. And then it went all the way up to 140s. So, yeah, I'm going to put a level right here on applied materials. Put it right there around 122.94. I got a level on the weekly. Damn, how high did this shit go? Where are we at now? It's in the 200s? This is crazy.
Right.
This is wild.
Like I said, the double inside bar on the daily.
It gave you opportunities to catch it, too. It really did.
Why?
It gave you a couple weeks to jump in and say, hey, I'm sitting right here at 130 for you. I sat here for a while. You got your chance.
So was it?
I gave you from May of 2022 to October of 2023 to catch me at 130, 129, 130 range. Because it definitely consolidated this whole time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put in our levels right here off this consolidation. Where's the bottom of this consolidation range and the top? Because those are going to be two levels.
What you see?
So I say, looking at 134.40, I say look at the bottom of the body of the candlestick on May 30th, 2023, and then straight across from the right of that. If you would have just if you entered a call at that point, that was the point where you know it held. That was the point where it held support from that point on, because it never really dipped below that 134.30 level for too long after that.
May 30th?
Yeah, right after.
Okay.
I'm looking at, the May 30th. You're at the bottom of that body of that candlestick.
Okay.
Yeah, once it got up there, it pretty much held that level. It dipped below it for a quick second on October 23rd, but it came right back up.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that served as like a base for it. You know, that's where it just kept bouncing off of that level. So now we want to find the top of the range of that consolidation where it kept resisting. So obviously it bounced off that level, but it also wasn't going above a certain level in that time frame. So where's that level at where it had the heaviest amount of resistance? Where it may have tipped above it a couple times, but it never really.
Either 44, 55, 54, or.
Okay, I see where you're looking at. You're looking at the top of the June 26th candlestick.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. You could identify it off the top of there. Just looking to the right. Let's see how many touches we got. Okay, right through the top of that one, right to the next of it. 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's enough touches. Off tops.
Okay.
So that's the tighter range, and then it also had. I see one more level above it. If you put, if you're looking right now. What is that? 152.90, I would say.
Okay. Wait, which?
I would say you're looking at the candlesticks from August 28th, and the September 5th candlesticks. How they double top next to each other right there.
Oh,
Yeah, and then it took its dip back down. It dipped all the way back down from 150. At that point, came all the way back down to the 134.
yep, okay.
Ooh, they flushed a lot of people out in that, I'm sure.
You already know.
I already know. People probably thought it was about to take off right here and then got flushed out. But if you had this level of support in back here, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they probably would have caught my ass because they took it below support. And they know this shit. They know how to do this. That's like almost scientific how they do it. They know, okay, everybody identified this as support. We can't squeeze enough people out with these dips. All right, let's push it below support. And right here is probably when they squeeze enough people out where they're like, okay, we clear for takeoff now. And then they took off.
Took off.
We got enough people out the calls. We got enough people to believe that the price was coming down now.
Right.
So we could get the calls for cheap, and now we're gonna let it take off.
They think, huh?
But if I got in a position right here at 134.80, I would have made 122. I would make this 122. I would make probably 127 my stop. If I was got in a position right here, just looking back on the weekly, I would have made 127 my stop. So all this would have been happening. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have taken profit because honestly, you didn't know how high it was gonna go over here. These were this was a new range for it. Let me see, did it get this high before? Oh yeah, it's been this high back. Oh yeah, remember we said this level right here is 165. So yeah. All right, so right here I would have been like, all right, we're entering the range. All right, if we get below, if we dip back, if I'm entering right here, and I say, all right, I see support holding right here. I'm gonna hold my price at 134.80. If we get back down to 127, maybe the top of this candlestick and the bottom of this one right here, I'll stop out. Okay. And then if I want to get up here to that 165 level we had set, that's where I want to look to take profit, because obviously we were up there before. I see us gaining momentum. Maybe we could get back to the all-time high. So I'll have that as my take profit. But this will have to be on a contract that expires you have to have a contract that's 3-4 months out. That's when you got to buy long out calls and puts to take advantage of these kind of moves. You can't buy no weekly contract and take advantage of of what you've seen on the weekly chart. It's going to take too long to play out. Your contract is going to die before the move plays out. So something like this will help you see okay, I'm entering here. It has support. All right, it broke support, but it's not hitting my stop loss. So you'll still be safe because it never got back down to this level over here. So that's why your timing on entries is always crucial, because if you were buying calls and you were entering up here at 140, 148, this is probably too much of a dip for you to hold through. You may be taking too much of a loss. But if you got in right around here, once you saw this little consolidation happening and you caught it at 134, 135, you could survive. You could sit through a dip, die down to 130. But like I said, 127, you probably want to get out of there if it gets below 127. But a lot of the people they're catching in these pullbacks are the people who are getting in when they see this breakout happening. When they see this happening back on from May, when it starts rallying up, people start trying to get in. They get FOMO. They say, oh shit, it's up 10-15%. Let me get in because it's breaking out and it's rallying. So a lot of people get in and they push it up some more, but the rally is not true. So what happens is it starts dying out because there's a lot of just FOMO people coming in. But it did catch a support here after earnings, because a lot of the times, like I say, these jumps happen after earnings. If you see it took that big jump from 116, 115 and jumped all the way up to 130 after it had an earnings report. So after that earnings, it had earnings. They found a new support right here at 135, and it just held that. It held that the whole time, all the way until the next earnings report, if you look. It stayed right in that price range. It didn't really go nowhere until the next earnings report. And then it started to go up again after that.
Oh, that's crazy. It sure did.
Because if you watch a lot of companies will push up to a certain price after they put out earnings, and then they'll consolidate, and they'll just sit in the range all the way into the next earnings report. Because the big money buyers are seeing your earnings, and they know okay, based off of this, the company is going to be worth this much. So they'll push the company price up to where they think it's worth. And they're not going to be buying in when it's higher than that price. They're not going to be crazy buying in because they don't feel like the company's worth that much. But anytime it dips below, yeah, they'll probably grab a few more shares, and then they'll just wait until the next earnings. If the next earnings come out and the company says they still got strong growth and continuing growth, they'll buy more shares, and that's when it'll cause the price to jump up some more because the big institutional buyers are jumping in. We're not jumping the price with our buying. That's not us. That's the big banks and institutions. So they look at the earnings report. Okay, I like their financials. Their numbers look good. They have good forecasting into the future. All right, we like the price target on them at 165 now. So we'll be willing to buy shares on them up to 165. And that's the only thing they do. They just wait. So you look at another earnings. Look at the earnings. Look at the earnings from. Look at the range from November 13th, 2023 to when earnings came out on February 2024. The market was rallying in that time, and this was pretty much, it was moving up with the market. Yeah, it'll move up slightly and it'll keep moving, but it's not going to have any heavy breakout until either some news is coming out, something must have came out right before earnings, because the week before earnings it jumped crazy. So maybe something leaked out, some information came out, and people learn, you know, they have good expectations for earnings coming up, so they bought in early. And then after earnings, it jumped again. And then after that, you see, it consolidated right below that 212. It held 212, and it just didn't go nowhere above that, because that's where the banks know they're not buying above there. I'm not buying above 212. So it'll sit there, and the next earnings came out. Okay, we like it now. Okay, we like it at up to 240. So now they'll push it up to 240, 250, and then we'll sit here and we'll consolidate all the way until next earnings. But if you like a company long term, these are the opportunities. These in between periods is when you dollar cost averaging in, building up your share ownership before that next big jump happens. You know, or sometimes you find it where you have an earnings come out and you say, all right, it comes out, it hits a certain price, and maybe by the time the second or third week after earnings, you could kind of see what the range is going to be. And now that you have the range identified for what it's going to range at between this earnings and next earnings, now you could time your buys to be whenever it gets towards the bottom of this range is when I want to buy. Between this earnings and next earnings report, whenever we're near the bottom of the range is when I'm buying long term, or when I'm buying calls or whatever. So, like if we look at the earnings report between August 2023 and November 2023, once you identified the range, okay, this was a little wild time, but it had a crazy range going on. But let's say we identified support being that 135 level. We identified that support from the last earnings report. We already knew that was support. So you getting in, you say, okay, 135 support. Anytime I see it touch 135, it went up to 153. That's great. I'm not buying in up here. I'm gonna wait till it touches 135. So you go ahead. You gotta be patient. You had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4. You almost have to wait 5 weeks for that move. You know, a lot of people don't have that patience. That's what kills people. They don't got the patience to wait for that pullback to happen before they start buying in. So they're buying in up here with FOMO and getting caught in the pullbacks because they think it's going to keep breaking out. Little do they know is that the banks already set the level. They already know they're not buying above a certain price, you know, based on what the earnings say.
It's so crazy how the devil tell a lot of the story.
Yeah, it'll tell you exactly what's going on. You know, you combine this information with what you see happening in the news, and it'll make the picture so much clearer for you on long-term moves. That's why I said long-term is much easier to manage than short-term positions. Short-term, you got a lot of volatility. Things could happen intraday, one night to the next. But long-term, the story is a story. You know, what's happening in the market is happening. If the market's pushing up, the market's generally going to keep pushing up. If the market's having a pullback, it's going to continue that pullback until we identify whatever that support or resistance is. So like I said, right here was 135 with support. That whole time, you could have been buying that 135 all the way from May all the way up until October. Racking up. Anytime it touch 135, I'm buying shares. And then it takes that jump. You know, because you might not get 135 ever again now. It may not come back down here. Unless the market has a crazy pullback. But this is a weekly chart. Like, you don't get that many crazy turnarounds on a weekly chart like that.
Yeah.
Especially from good companies. Good companies tend to keep going up. So you don't really get too many. You look at this on the weekly. Look how it just keeps going up. Like, it just keeps going up. You had one crazy pullback here where you had an opportunity to get it at 2020 prices. That will probably never happen again.
Literally.
You may get a dip where you may be able to get it at 2022 prices, like 165. We may get a push up and we may get back to 165 again. But 130s? Nah, I doubt it. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Especially being in 230 right now. Yeah, no.
Right. Yep.
But I like your eye for your levels. So what I want you to do, now that you understand how to set the levels, do that same process from the same start range or date range that we were looking at for the weeklies. I want you to do that for the dailies. And then you're going to go down from the dailies after you set your daily levels in a different color. Then we're going to do, after that, you could do the 4-hour level.
Okay.
All right. And then that should be good enough for you for any long-term position you're looking to enter. Just set those levels, the weekly, daily, and 4-hour. If you really want to go deep into the past, you could go and even do some monthly levels, depending on how old the company is. Like monthly levels, you could set monthly levels too. Monthly chart gives you a really clear picture as well. Shows you how good of a company this is, based on you see, it gives you a much clearer picture than the weekly. But like I said, you gotta understand, if you're trading off of these charts, you gotta be either in long-term positions or long-term calls that expire a year out from now. Because if you're in a monthly position and you trade, if you enter in a trade based off what you see on a monthly chart, you got to give it time to play out. So you want to get a contract that expires at least a year out to give the monthly chart a time to play out the move that you see coming.
Okay.
If you're on the weekly, if you're entering a contract off the weekly chart, then you probably want to get something a couple months out in order to give that time to play out. If you're doing a daily, you give something. If you're looking at levels off of the daily chart, then you want to buy a contract maybe a couple weeks out to give the daily levels time to do what you see it doing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you want to do intraday trading and you want to do trading, you want to be in and out within the day, then you're going to be looking at probably that 4-hour and the hourly charts, So, but go ahead and set them levels. That's it. You got the eye for it. You're good. And come back and let me know what you get for daily levels after you do.
I will.
After you finish off your weekly.
Definitely appreciate you.
Nah, for sure. You already know. Appreciate you coming through as always. I'm about to slide up out of here, but I'm glad we got these levels. I didn't even have applied material charter, so I'm glad you helped me get some levels in. So now if I ever want to trade them, I can check them out. They are a strong company. They are very strong. They just near all-time high right now. I want to see if I catch them on a pullback. Like I said, if we could catch them on a pullback, if I could catch them back at this 188 support level I see that they made on April 2022, if I catch them back around that 188 level, I might consider start doing some calls on them. But I haven't studied them enough to really want to enter right now. But set your level.
Yeah. I just seen that setup on the daily. That's what really caught my.
Yeah, it looks good on the daily. The chart right now looks crazy. It took a crazy. They're in strong momentum right now on the daily MACD. Like they topping out a little bit though. Yeah, we may get that pullback to 188, 189. We get that, I'm jumping in right there.
I wish.
AMD pushing there. I hope G not in them puts on AMD anymore. AMD. I don't know how AMD is gonna pull back, but I don't see it crashing out. I just don't. The chip industry is too much hype right now. There's too much hype around them. But I guess we'll see. We shall see. But all right, you have a good day. Be good.
All right. So you have a good one.
All right, I'll be back on here tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate everybody coming through the live stream today. Hope you guys took some gems home with you. Learned a little bit about setting price levels, what to look for, and how to look for them. And if not, we'll be back doing this next week. Remember, it's a continuous process. Learning is not a one-time thing. You got to put yourself through the experience of doing it, get in there, chart yourself, find your levels, see if they're working with the trades or your investments, if they're actually being respected. When I say respected, it means if a price goes up to your resistance, is it actually showing that it's a resistance level or a support level? A lot of my levels have proven to be such, which is why I love trading with these levels, and these are crucial to your investing and trading success. All right? Appreciate you all. Visit CULTURESHOCKINVESTMENTS.com. Like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already. And appreciate you guys. And subscribe to the Discord as well. Discord community is where you just saw my group of culture shockers who are in here learning. This is where they are. They're part of the Discord. So check us out. Everything is in our